why don't you just disengage from the business that you do that is anti-Black Lives Matter? Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. As a child, I talked about things I had not been taught. I thought everybody knew. Instead, I was subjected to conditioning and indoctrination. I can't help but live my truth. I woke up like this. Hello everybody, this is Shine Speaks. Safia, Sheila, to those who don't know me as well as they think they do. I've been finding myself very perturbed. Like, I don't watch a lot of regular TV with the commercials and such. My Facebook is usually specific places that I want to go, need to go. I don't do a lot of Facebook news feed surfing. The same goes for Instagram. Rarely go to Twitter. So I try and steer clear of some energy that's not going to allow me to be high vibing energy. And still, they managed to get me. I do watch Netflix. It could be series, it could be documentaries, but no matter what it is, the first thing that shows up is something about Netflix supporting or whatever Black Lives Matter. The more I saw it, the more I was irritated. I do understand that oftentimes momentum has to build in order for people to grab clues. But there's this thing that's going on, well, it's been going on, but even more so now, whenever something becomes politically incorrect, then people make or put on the appearance of changing what they support, changing their perspective, changing their sides. Really what they're doing is talking out of both sides of their neck. You can donate $10 million, which, who was doing that? I think Amazon, I don't know, could be Netflix, I don't know, donating all these millions of dollars. Nonetheless, you still hold true to supporting Donald Trump. I don't care if you support just Republicans, if you're Republican, but come on, Donald Trump is so anti the movement. You can't tell me that you support the movement and support Donald Trump in the same sentence and I'm supposed to get it. You've got companies, definitely Amazon, they've got this product Ring, which I know a lot of people are using so that they can have camera security at their door and they can see what's going on their cell phones. Well, guess what? They sold some software to law enforcement, which is facial recognition. So they're not always a part of the solution. It's participating in the problem. Rather than donate money toward or including donating money toward a particular movement, such as Black Lives Matter, why don't you just disengage from the business that you do that is anti-Black Lives Matter? That would help. That would help. But that's not what's happening. You're talking out of both sides of your neck. So you're telling me that my life matters so that I'll keep supporting you economically. And a lot of people still do not realize that the way to battle this situation, invoke a true, quick, and meaningful change is to impact a debt-driven society. A society that's built on, as long as you owe me, I'll never be broke. And that person will never be broke is not us, the consumer. It's definitely not us, the black consumer. Though there's a lot of scrutiny that always comes about, black people in general do not make as much as white people, but they spend more money. Let that be the case. Realize that economy and how you support what kind of economy is the absolute best ammunition that you can have. That's your superpower. Recently, there's been a video that's been going around in our messages that basically describes the need for. Prior to that, I was in engaged in the building and development of a sacred economy, an economy that is more controlled by the people who are most impacted by the economy rather than the people who have created this debt-driven economy. And it's not even the government. Even though the government gets to kind of sort of benefit, they get paid to be trustees or overseers, if you will. But we forgot that we can manage our economy. We've done it with cowrie shells. We've done it with Hopi bees. We've done it with fabrics. We've done it with essential oils. We've used a lot of other things, bartering chickens and cows, other farm goods. We've used a plethora of things to manage our time, to manage and operate in an economy without having to use the promissory notes that were created and distributed in the 1930s to replace the gold that the government was calling in. Okay? That they called in on behalf of another entity made to appear as government. The color of government, you might say, with a play on words. But there are different ways. You can use their tools and instruments and still manage an economy in your community on your own. Who you support, how you support them, how you build wealth and support the next person building wealth. Because at the end of the day, it's not about who has the most. It's about having enough to do the things you like to do in your life to express the freedom of life that is a part of our natural rights. So it is also our natural rights to honor the economy we choose to honor. But as long as we go by, oh my gosh, we got a donation of X amount of dollars, they must be on our side. Stop thinking there. We're not going to win. Because meanwhile, those same people are supporting politicians and bills and lifestyles that are not for us. A $10,000 is a small price to pay for the continuity of income we provide them. It's just a drop in a bucket, and it's a one-time drop. And I can say Black Lives Matter. I can create a sign and build it all I want. I will not get a piece of that $10,000. And meanwhile, that same company is probably, well, they are. That's what lobbying is. Spending millions of dollars to support entities and beings that are anti-us. I'm just saying. Stop. Quit just listening to one blurb or seeing one sentence and celebrating that. Do some research. Listen to, the divine, your higher being inside that says there's something up with this. We've been getting towed up and killed and mutilated and disrespected and all that kind of stuff. But now all of a sudden, when riots go global, you want to put it out there, Black Lives Matter, because you saw that we tore up some stuff. And you're really afraid that we're going to tear up your shit too. And when we all grab a glimpse of some smartness, we will do that. We will actually make changes in how we spend our money. And you will make the necessary changes that need to be made in order to regain any type of support. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, don't sleep. Your business owners, black and white, that are really fighting for the cause, just on the sake of humanity. And I have to say, white businesses too, because some of our community has forgotten that white people used to get off those buses during civil rights first, because they knew that what racists hated more than the N-word people are the N-word lover people. And they took beatings just so black people could get to safety and do the work they needed to do. That's that broken white boy in the Panthers movie. If you don't recall that dude, and ask yourself, how come they were helping the broken white boy? You need to watch that movie again and figure it out. He wasn't trying to lead our cause. and he wasn't trying to make up for something that quote unquote he did not do, but understanding that he gained privilege from it and it was a inhumane situation. He was simply fighting for humanity and equality. He was just a part of the principle of the cause. We have those people today. The last thing you want to do is mess with someone who's actually standing in that space, holding that space. It's just a dumb move. We absolutely need our European Americans, and I got to say that because if we got to be some special kind of Americans, they're going to be that with me too. Our European Americans who believe in equality, but when they're standing in the midst of their friends, they won't fight for it. So, you know, I question that. That's a closet broken white boy or broken white girl. Please come out the closet. Say something to your group. Us saying it is just going to fuel more anger, and it is going to fuel anger when you say it, but at least maybe if you're an influencer, you're in a position to actually create more conversation or additional questions to this ongoing conversation. We're all taking hits, you know. We're all taking hits, but the way to do it is in the pocket. I'm not quite sure where it got cut off. I got a call that came through, but I was like, I was basically reiterating the fact that, you know, we need to understand how we need to deal in green, in that green area of money, because that's really the only thing this is about. Even this racial divide was created to be a diversion of what's really going on. And even those who are considered and somewhat are privileged are still a part of the prison gang. I know you know of trustees in a prison. They're still inmates. They just got more privilege. They're still inmates though, you know, and the judges who put them in jail still look at them the same way they look at other inmates. You're an inmate. It's unfortunate that some folks don't recognize that that is who they are. You're a part of the diversion, you know, to come against people of color, different races, so that you can create the diversion in our global conversation and we won't pay attention to other things going on. If you don't know, you better ask somebody. I just want to get those words out because I'm so irritated. Is there another Netflix, another type of thing like Netflix that isn't Netflix? I need that in my life. I'm willing to pay for it. You know, I pay for Netflix. Why would I not? I'm tired of seeing Black Lives Matter just brand damn new when we've been dying all along. Sorry, y'all. I'm out of here. I got to go. Let's keep it real. Keep it tight. Keep your vibe high. Hey, Savitri. But keep your vibe high. Peace and blessings.